Tanner Kern, ColdHardFootballFacts.com, coming at you live with some player props for Thursday night football. Now, this probably could be the most boring football game you might have ever seen, but there are some really good spots to make money, and you can see that at ColdHardFootballFacts.com. Commanders coming in versus the Bears. They're favored by a point on the road tonight. The total set at 38. Nobody knows what to bet. Both teams suck, but Cold Hard can help you guys. Make sure you check out ColdHardFootballFacts.com. Links in the description. We're going to talk about the stats on this video, but we have a bunch of difference-making stats that help you make money. They've been helping bettors out for over 20 years. And on top of that, we're going to have next week a graph with the best spreads, best totals, best money lines, best player props based on the advantages in the stats. So make sure you sign up today for your free trial and use promo code Tanner or Kickoff at checkout. You're going to get 50% off. Let's get into the video. So the Commanders are 1-point favorites in this game. Now, as a side, I'm going to be on Washington. I think they've underperformed. That's why they're not super great in the stats, right? They're still not a top 5 team by any means. They're a bottom 3rd team, and that's where they're positioned. But I think they're a little better than the Bears. The Bears can't score, and that's their biggest issue. You need to be able to score in the NFL. You got to play great defense, but if you can't score and you don't have a quarterback who can even throw for 200 yards in a game, you're going to struggle, and Justin Fields has not delivered this season. So since we're on Washington, our narrative for player props, at least, is going to be all about the Commanders. So here we go right now. Passing yards, Carson Wentz over 219.5. Brian Robinson Jr. over 45.5 rushing yards. And then Brian Robinson Jr. anytime touchdown at plus 225. I think these are all worth playing, and here's why. Let's get into the stats for today on ColdHardFootballFacts.com. Remember, you can get every game analysis on Cold Hard using promo code Kickoff or promo code Tanner at checkout. Let's start with Carson Wentz over 219.5 passing yards. Well, the first reason for this doesn't have anything to do with the stats. I'm not going to lie about that. He threw for 360 yards last week against the Tennessee Titans, so he still has some precision and some accuracy left in his arm. We're going to lean on him to throw for over his total today at 219. It's very low. The weather looks fine in Chicago. A lot of people were messaging me worried about the rain. There's no rain in Chicago during this football game. The Bears, when it comes to defensive real quarterback rating, they're an average team, 15th. And when it comes to defensive pass rating, they're 11th. They perform pretty well in this metric, but 219.5 is not a lot of yards. Total team yards allowed 23rd. The Bears are giving up passing yards. They're giving up rushing yards as well. And that's why our next bet is going to be Brian Robinson Jr. over 45.5 rushing yards. If you don't know the story around Robinson Jr., he was shot in training camp. He missed every game up till last week because of that injury to his leg, and he is back, and he's the feature back over Antonio Gibson. The numbers are there for him to have a big night. I'm not saying he's going to, but the numbers are there for him to have a big night. He only averaged 2 yards a carry last week. Washington has not been great on running the football. As you can see here, 27th in offensive rusher rating, but the Bears are 27th in defensive rusher rating. They're 28th in rusher rating differential. They have not been able to stop the run. So Robinson could have a decent night tonight. And on top of that, I love him to find the end zone. I probably like this bet better than his rushing yards, just because if they get down near the end zone, they're going to want to run the football. And Mr. Robinson has not had a score in the NFL. He was a 3rd-round pick out of Alabama this past draft. They want to get him in the end zone because he gets his first NFL score. But not only that, it's the story of him battling through a gun wound to be playing right here, right now, and find the end zone in a primetime game. So for plus 225 in his second game back, I think that is worth it as the feature back for the Washington Commanders. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Remember, if you want to get on Cold Hard Football Facts right now, you can do that. Links in the description below. Use promo code Tanner or Kickoff at checkout. 50% off. You get all the difference-making stats, all the ways to win money, guys. Appreciate you joining me today. Let's cash some tickets tonight, and join me tomorrow for another video previewing Sunday's football games.